Welcome back, students. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the kinetic energy and the derivation of kinetic energy by both the methods, by Newtonian method and the calculus method of integration. If you have any query, you can ask and put your comment for any query in the comment box. And in today's lecture, I am going to discuss about the application of kinetic energy, and that is the work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. What does this work energy theorem says? According to work energy theorem, the work done the work done by a variable force in the direction of force is equal to the change produced in kinetic energy. What do you mean by the change in kinetic energy? Change in kinetic energy means the kinetic energy at the final position minus the kinetic energy at the initial position. For that, let us consider a body of mass m. Consider a body of mass m which is displaced through a small displacement by the force along its application and changes the speed of the object from u to v. Now, according to Newton's second law, you have F is equal to dP by dt, or you can write it as m into dV by dt, and the small work done is equal to F into dx from the limits u to v. So you will have here this u to v, put this value of F, m into dV by dt into dx. From here, take it as v, you will have u to v, m into v into dv. Here v is the variable, integrate this, you will have u to v, m common, v square by 2, and here you can put the limits. Work done is equal to m into v square by 2 minus m into u square by 2. This is considered as the final kinetic energy minus the initial kinetic energy. So work done is equal to the difference of kinetic energies, and this is known as work energy theorem. Got it? Conclusions from work energy theorem. Number 1, if you know W is equal to kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. If this kinetic energy final is greater than kinetic energy initial, it means energy is increasing. That is, energy is increasing, then work done is positive. In second case, if kinetic energy initial is more than kinetic energy final, that is, if energy decreases, what happens in that case? Work done is negative. Remember these 2 points in the conclusion. Now let us solve the numerical. A police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 gram with a speed of 200 meter per second in a soft plywood. It bursts into it enter up to 2 centimeter, and then the bullet emerges with only 10% of its kinetic energy. Find the final velocity with which the bullet is entering into the block. So first of all, calculate the kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy. For that, write what is given to you. Mass is 50 gram. Convert it into kilogram. 50 by 1000, that is, write it as kilogram. Then velocity is 200 meter per second. What will be the initial kinetic energy? That is half mv square, kinetic energy initial. This is half into 50 by 100 into v square, 200 into 200. 100 will cancel out 2, and this is 1000 joule. What is now given, then the final kinetic energy becomes 10% of initial. What is the initial value? We have calculated, that is 1000 joule. 10% means 10 by 100 into initial kinetic energy, that is 1000. Solve it. When you will solve it, what you will find? This comes out to be 100 joule. Final kinetic energy is 100 joule. What is asked next? Next is asked, find the velocity, final velocity with which the bullet will enter into the plywood. That is, kinetic energy final is equal to half into m into v square. So this v square is equal to, kinetic energy is 100, to take it on right hand side, 2 by 1, and mass is 50 by 100. You can solve it. This is 400, and v will be square root of 400, that is equal to 20 meter per second. Got it? Next question is, if the linear momentum of a body increases by 20%, what will be the percentage increase in the kinetic energy of a body? So let us consider the initial kinetic energy. E1 is equal to half mv square, and momentum is p. Final momentum increases by 20%. This is 20% of p. So it will be 20 by 100 into p. This is p by 5. This is increase in p by 5. So final momentum will be initial plus the increase. This is equal to 5p plus p divided by p. This is 6p by 5. This is the final momentum. Now what will be the final energy? E. This is p square by 2m. This is p dash, you can say p dash square by 2m, and p dash is what? This is 6p by 5 whole square divided by 2m. This comes out to be 36 by 25. This p square and this 2m. What is p square by 2m? P square by 2m is the initial kinetic energy. So you can write it here, 36 by 25 of E1. This is final kinetic energy. Now the change in kinetic energy, because the percentage change is asked from you. So change in kinetic energy will be final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy is what? This is 36 by 25 E1 minus initial kinetic energy is E1. So the solution will be 36 E1 minus 25 E1 divided by 25, and this comes out to be 11 by 25 E1. This is the change in kinetic energy. Now the percentage change in kinetic energy. What is the formula for calculating the percentage? That is change in kinetic energy divided by original kinetic energy multiplied by 100. So this is 11 by 25 E1, this is change in kinetic energy, divided by original kinetic energy into 100. This will cancel out 4. So this percentage increase is 44%. Next question is, if the kinetic energy of a body increases by 300%, by what percent the linear momentum of the body increases? If instead of increases, if by what percent the linear momentum changes? Then you have to find whether it is increase or decrease. This also you have to find. Similar question, only the terms are interchanged. For this, what you will consider? The initial kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy is E1, that is half mv square. Momentum is P1, this is equal to mv. If you have the relation between them, you have P1 is equal to 2me1 under the root. And what about the increase in kinetic energy? Kinetic energy increase in kinetic energy. This is 200% of E1. Original value का 200% increase हो गई. Sorry, 300%. So 300 divide by 100 into E1. This is 3E1. इतना increase हुआ. Now final energy क्या हुई? Final kinetic energy, this is E2, that is equal to E1 plus 3E1. The value is 4E1. और final momentum क्या हुआ? Final momentum energy के according होगा. This is P2 2me2. तो E2 कितना है? This one, put the value. P2 is equal to 2 E2 square root. Put the value of E2, that is equal to 4E1 under the root. This is 4 into 2m into E1. What is this? This is square root of 2m into E1. You can have square root of 4 into square root of 2m E1. This is P1. This is equal to 2P1. This is final momentum is 2P1. Initial momentum is P1. It means the momentum is increased. So change in momentum. Increase हुआ ना? Change in momentum. This is 2P1 minus P1. This is P1. Now what is the percentage increase? Percentage increase is change, that is P1 by original, that is P1 into 100. So it is increased by 100%. Okay. The question is, two bodies of masses 1 gram and 16 gram are moving with equal kinetic energies. Find the ratio of magnitude of their momentum. So first of all, write the relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. Kinetic energy is equal to P square by 2m. We have to calculate the momentum. So this is 2m, you can write it as E. And P is equal to 2m into E. If energy is kept constant, 2 is also constant, we can write it as P is directly proportional to root of m. Similarly, from here, kinetic energy is equal to P square by 2m. I have told you earlier also, if the momentum is constant, this is case 2. If momentum is constant, 2 is already constant, then kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass. If the mass will increase, the kinetic energy will decrease. So on the basis of this assumption, we will solve this question. Here the kinetic energies are given constant. Here the kinetic energy is constant. So P is equal to 2me. P1 is 2me1. P2 is 2me2 square root. If kinetic energy E1 and E2 are constants, then what you will have? You will have P1 is directly proportional to M1 and P2 is directly proportional to M2. Find the ratio P1 by P2. You will have square root of M1 square root of M2. You will have square root of M1 divided by square root of M2, and mass is given to you. This is 1 gram and this is 16 gram. You can take it under the one root. So this is square root of, this is 1 by 4. So P1 by P2 is equal to 1 by 4, or you can write it as P2 is equal to 4 P1. This is the ratio, 1 is to 4. Dear children, if you are having any doubt or any query, you can post it in the comment box. Okay.